Dodgers trade talks intensifying. It's not who you think it is, right? It's not the player you may think that this is all about. It's not that player. It's a whole different other player. And you know how Boston and the Dodgers like to work together? Well, that's what I'm talking about, Willis. Red Sox trade for Dodgers top prospect advancing. Okay, okay. You know, we hear a lot of bull crap every now and then of this and this person and that person's being traded and they're looking at this guy and they're looking at that guy. We've had a lot of that, right? But you cannot negate the fact that Boston and the Dodgers work together at trades they have in the past. They know they like to do it in the future. That's what they do. The two teams kind of have a little, I don't know, a friendship, if you will, which is weird in baseball, but that's the deal. The Dodgers like to work together. So why would this be such a big deal? And why is this even talked about? And why is it this guy? Dalton rushing? WTF? What is going on here? Shut the front door. Dalton rushing being traded? Are you kidding me? Well, they've got to be able to back this story up, right? All right, here comes it's a report from the Red Sox insider. So it's a Sox insider, Sean McAdam of Massive Live, who notes that Boston and the team's upcoming opponent, the Dodgers, are in advancing talks. Quote on the advancing for LA catcher Dalton Rushing, whom McAdam writes was considered by many to be the Dodgers' top minor league prospect. He was at the start of the season. He was promoted to the majors mid-May, with the Dodgers designating Barnes and sending him packing. Rushing has been a disappointment thus far. The numbers aren't good. And so, do you like the trade? Here's the deal, I think, with Dalton Rushing. Dalton Rushing was playing good in OKC. And you could say, all right, that's OKC. That's not the big leagues. That's fine. But Dalton Rushing plays better when he gets playing time. Whoa, novel idea, Brad J. Yeah, when he gets playing time. And if the dude's not getting playing time, he's not able to do much for the Dodgers. And with Will Smith, he's not going to get more playing time. Will Smith is the man. There's no way. He's the future right now. You got Fiducia, who could be a great backup. So do you need Dalton Rushing in the mix? And then you got to start thinking, well, okay, well, who would you trade? Who's the trade for, right? Is it something that's going to help the Dodgers this year? Oh, let's go on and find out, shall we? Drama. All right, McAdam reported that Dodgers have scouts lingering around the Red Sox single-A team in Greenville. So, once again, single-A team, you know what that means. It's not about this year. It's about the future. And they're looking at a shortstop prospect. I've heard of this guy, too. Franklin Arias, one of the top projected players in the system. So, why would Red Sox do that? They definitely need to kind of platoon the catching situation over there. They're also looking at lefty Brandon Clark. So, Brandon Clark, the lefty, it'd be another left-hander for the Dodgers, what they need in the future, because they don't have a lot of them, that is for sure. And so, okay, so you think one scout, single A, what kind of crap is that, Brad J? Well, it goes on to say, McAdam wrote, intriguingly, the Dodgers recently sent a second scouting supervisor to double up the organization's coverage at Greenville, which could be a sign of advancing talks between the teams. And it could be. And it definitely could be. So this trade, if the Dodgers are doing this, this is not for this year, obviously. This is for the future for the Dodgers. And they know they're going to need a shortstop. You're not looking at Mookie to be long-term. I think they look at Kim as more of a second baseman if he works out to be solid, for the coming years. But that's how it's looking. What's Dalton's numbers so far for this year? Here's what he's done so far. He's got a lot of strikeouts, too. I think he's got 30-something strikeouts, so almost half of his at-bats are strikeouts is what's been happening from 216 average, not good. Still, I think that's higher than Conforto. 1 home run, 11 ribbies, and a dismal OPS of 577. Those are the numbers for him, and the numbers don't lie. So, is it a good trade? Comment below. And while you're at it, subscribe, like, turn on notifications. We're trying to get to that 8,000 number. before the trade deadline. Our bosses said that we'll be traded if we don't get there. Tell your friends. What am I talking about? All right, can Shohei break their home run record? Tonight is a night for Shohei to try to break that record. He's had 5 straight home runs in 5 straight games, and now what he's trying to do is make it 6. Can the show keep the show going? Here's a look at him from the number 5 home run he hit there against the Twins. But can Shohei be the one to do it? I feel like he can do it. I feel like this is a night. He had the day off. They've traveled to Boston. Pretty sure he hits well in Boston. He hits good pretty much most places. But I feel like that's going to be solid for him. I think this is it. This is a chance. I still predict 60 home runs in the season. You're going, what are you smoking, Brad? No, I'm telling you, I'm 60. I'm thinking, 37 right now? This can be done. You just got to crack off a few more, and then you'll be there, right? Sheehan takes the mound for the Dodgers, and Emmett, he's been, last 3 appearances, haven't been the best, 5'11", not going to lie. Hits allowed 14, but look, our bullpen has had a rest, so maybe if we have to depend on, which you got to think this is a game where we're going to rely heavily on the bullpen by the 6th inning. I just don't see us going long. I don't see Emmett going as long because he's just getting his groove back right now. 5.11 is after the last 3, but he's got a 4.41 ERA, 1-1. That's his record going against Bello, who's a 6-4 record, 3.23 his ERA. The last 3 games, a 2.53 is what he's looking at right there. So that is basically the breakdown right there. That's who you're looking at. And still, have not heard the final news as of making this broadcast right now. Is Mookie officially out Friday today? Looks like he will be, but it's not been official. The lineups have not been put out yet as well. So we're going to take a little bit more time on that. We're going to find out. But I think for personal reasons, and I'll tell you what, as a father who had a kid battle cancer and beat that cancer, I know that personal reasons are a big part of it. If it's a sick child or something like that in his family, then he needs to be there for him. So we want to support Mookie on whatever happens there. All right. Last report, Snell, last rehab coming. So it is official, like a referee's whistle. Snell will be rehabbing on Saturday. They're looking to make him go 5 innings, somewhere around 75 pitches. But that could be his last rehab, and he'll be joining the Dodgers. And look, I'm going to say it right now. He's only pitched 9 innings over there in OKC. He's got an ERA of 2, but he's got 17 freaking strikeouts. 17 freaking strikeouts, right, in 9 innings. That's a lot. That's almost 2 an inning right there. And I'm no mathematician. And that's going to do it. That's your Dodgers Digest. Brad J with you for your Friday. Let's go Dodgers. And remember, as you go through this most epic day with the Dodgers facing Boston, just think Dodger blue and let's go Dodgers.